The Mobile County Public Schools presents Homeroom.
Hi, and welcome to Homeroom, where we introduce you to the teachers and the students and the programs that make Mobile County Public Schools the best schools in the state of Alabama. I'm your host, Renee Phillips, and today we're going to spotlight some of our wonderful schools in Mobile County, starting with North Mobile K-8 School, which is located kind of on a nice rural part of the county. You're home of the Titans. I've got Heather Strickland, you're a third grade teacher, and Parker Arnold, you're in the fourth grade.
Yes, ma'am.
So you're here to talk about robotics.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a pretty cool program, huh? Mm-hmm. Well, MCPSS TV went out to North Mobile recently and filmed a video. So let's watch the video, and then when we come back, we'll talk about what you're doing.
So this is our second year trying to implement it, and actually this year we've been able to add a pre-robotics for our younger grades, and then the robotics club is for our upper grades, 4th, 5th, and 6th. And so we were excited to get a grant from the SSAB, one of our partners of education, and it's really helped us to increase the resources and hands-on activities for our students, including things like the VEX robots, and so they really enjoyed it.
They really work hard with their critical thinking and problem solving and cooperative learning. And today was our first time doing a build that had a motor. And so they really seem to enjoy doing the robotics. And we did a lot of learning how to do basic builds because they've never really done it before. So they've really enjoyed doing robotics this year. And I also do a club with 3rd and 4th graders where it's like more of the basic builds, so that next year when I do robotics they'll be more used to doing builds and it won't be quite so intimidating doing the parts, because it's not quite like Legos.
It sometimes gets challenging, but you can always figure some way out by yourself, or maybe you need help.
It's very important for students to get that hands-on learning because they see it in real life and can apply it, and those skills go with them into the real world, and having that hands-on activity really stimulates their brain and gets them to think how this can be applied to real-world situations.
How fun! So as a teacher, Ms. Strickland, what's that like, seeing your students do those types of hands-on activities?
I really enjoy it because they get so excited about building it, because when we did the code base,
you brought the robot. I love it.
Yes, they really got into it, and it was really fun watching them with their problem solving. If something wasn't working right, we really get to discuss why it may or may not be working correctly. And I'm really hands off. They are the ones that are figuring it out, and it's really enjoyable to listen to them discuss it, and they are really figuring it out themselves. And as a teacher, getting to listen to them doing that. And we spent 2 sessions building the code base, and then next time that we do this, I'm going to have them add more to this, maybe with a magnet or some kind of sensor to where it'll do more tasks. The last time that we did this, they did some of the coding where they were having it do a little maze, and they were really, some of them were getting really frustrated because it wasn't doing what they wanted it to do. And they were really working together, and again, I was out of it, and so they were doing it themselves, and I was just more walking around.
Just like real engineering, problem
Yes.
solving, teamwork. So Parker, tell me, what do you think about all of this that you get to do at North Mobile?
I think it's fun, and we get to actually code it and do all this stuff, and then we get to build it, and it just is all fun.
And it works, right?
Right, it
And
works.
So how do you make it work? Do you use the remote or the computer?
Oh, we use the computer, and we go to the VexGo site, and then we just get the coding blocks. And
So
they're right there.
how cool is it that you can tell your friends that you can code computers and make robots?
I mean, not really, because
They're doing it too.
Only 2 of them, but still,
Well, I think it's cool. I think it's very impressive, right?
yes, ma'am.
So you love North Mobile?
Yes, ma'am. I
Good.
do.
Well, we're proud of you and the work that you and your classmates are doing. And Ms. Strickland, thank you for everything that you do for our students. It's such a cool project. So we have to break for commercial. When we come back, we're going to learn about the dance program at Dunbar Magnet School. So stay tuned for Homeroom.
Did you know that missing 2 days of school per month
has a negative effect on student achievement?
And that chronic absenteeism is negatively impacting
1 out of every 10 Alabama students.
Studies show students who are chronically absent are more likely to drop out of school. For every 1 day your child is absent from school, it takes 3 days for them to catch up.
So if I am not sick, make sure I'm at school, because missing school means missing out.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ayla, hi.
Oh, hi, Sierra. How are you?
Good. How are things?
Things couldn't be better.
What do you mean?
Well, I just started this new job as a school teacher with the Mobile County Public Schools, and it has been a life changer. Great benefits, the hours are great, and great students. Just overall, it's a great opportunity.
Oh, wow. That sounds great. Yeah. I'm going to look into that.
You should.
For more information, visit mcpss.com/job opportunities.
Hi, and welcome back to Homeroom. Today I'm introducing you to some of our fabulous schools throughout Mobile County. And right now we have Dunbar Magnet School for Performing Arts, right? Yes. And joining us I have Abrielle Williams, Tinley Logan, and Miss Tanya Parent, who teaches dance. And how's the dancing going at Dunbar?
Good.
Yeah?
Very good.
Does that make school fun?
Yes, ma'am.
You get to do something that you love?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, because you're performing arts as well as the visual arts at Dunbar. It's such a fun place to go, and I love watching your performances. So we have some video, so let's look at that, and then we'll come back and talk about what you guys do there.
My name is Tanya Parent, and I'm the dance educator here at Dunbar Creative and Performing Arts Magnet School. Revolution Dance Company. We are a dance company that is actively working for our Black History Month program next month. And we are working with the Theater and Chorus Department for Fancy Nancy and the Ants. It's a West African tale. And we are just working on some choreographic pieces. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 1, and 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8. Split. Arms out. 1, 2, 3, and open and roll up. 3 and step up. Remember that for tomorrow.
That's so beautiful. So I was asking, was it jazz? What type of dance did you call that? Lyrical? What's lyrical dancing mean?
Lyrical is just like a smooth type of movement that will bring more confidence to everyone in the audience.
Well, I definitely see the confidence in the dancers, right? Tinley, what do you think when you get to participate in a program like that?
I think it's very enjoying because you get to express yourself and how it moves you through it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Ms. Parent, Dunbar is the only magnet school we have focusing specifically on the arts. So what's it like teaching there and getting to see this side of your students?
It's wonderful, and it's also inspiring to see them have to learn time management skills along with their performing arts, because honestly, without the time management, they couldn't achieve the dance, the theater, the chorus. Even our media arts is starting to grow within Dunbar as another side of the arts, because in our world it's both performing and digital that's having to, we have to adapt to. So watching the kids go through time management, learning how to handle themselves with their very, very busy schedules. As middle schoolers, their schedules are busier than most high schoolers that I know.
Oh yeah.
So there's so much to be learned, and it's just more than the performing arts, although that's our anchor, but there's just so much more that they're learning than just that.
Because you're having to keep up with all your school subjects, right? You got 7 classes to keep up, do all your homework, and then you get to dance. So what's that like to get to dance during the day?
It's actually fun because we do a lot of fun stuff. We do jazz, ballet, lyrical, and a lot of other stuff.
And Tinley, what's it like for you?
It's very enjoying because normally you would have PE And for dance, it's just so much different because you get to express yourself and just go with the flow.
So it's more fun than running a mile?
Yes.
I can imagine. And so what's your favorite type of dance to do?
Jazz.
Jazz. What types of dance do you do at Dunbar?
So we tend to be jazz heavy, although we do have ballet, we do have modern, hip hop, musical theater, and I'm hoping to implement tap in the future.
So what else are you doing at Dunbar? Is it a cool school?
Yes. Also doing an elective of robotics. And we do a lot of robots, and we do it on our computer and stuff.
I love that. So you're dancing, you're doing robots. What about you, Tinley? What else do you love, and what do you do at Dunbar?
I do journalism, which is the news part of it, and we get to film everything and take pictures of the school.
Oh, cool. So do you want to come back and host Homeroom sometime?
Oh, yeah.
That would be awesome. I love the journalism programs we have. Well, thank you for what you're doing, Ms. Parent, in our schools. This is fantastic, and thank you. We look forward to seeing you guys and your performances because you're fantastic, really. So we have to break for commercial, and when we come back, we're going to learn about the math program at Fonde Elementary School. So stay tuned for Homeroom.
Hey Alexa, tell me about Mobile County Public Schools.
With 53,000 students in 90 schools, Mobile County Public Schools equips and empowers college and career-ready graduates. Several MCPSS schools are ranked among Alabama's top 10. Yearly, graduating students earned about $110 million in college scholarships and 10,000 career credentials. MCPSS is learning today, leading tomorrow. Does that answer your question?
There's a lot to like about Mobile County Public Schools.
What I enjoy about Mobile County School is the extra attention my teachers give us to help us learn.
Teachers are liking their access to technology, and students are liking the quality of their education.
I like the technology that's been incorporated into my education.
And since 1826, you have trusted us to prepare your child for their future, and we like that. Mobile County Public Schools. We are learning today, leading tomorrow.
Hi, and welcome back to Homeroom. Today we've learned about the robotics program at North Mobile K-8 as well as the dance program at Dunbar. Now we're switching gears to cover math, is how it's being taught at Fonde Elementary School. Joining me is Kimberly Hardy, the math coach. So you're making math fun.
Yes, that is our goal, to make math fun at Fonde, of course.
And is that a challenge to do, or do you find math fun and you just give that joy to your children?
Absolutely. I love math. We try to make sure that it's engaging, hands-on. We encourage teachers and students that you learn math by doing. So absolutely, fun definitely has to be involved.
And math is increasingly important, especially with the Alabama Numeracy Act, which just passed, and that is where we're taking deep dives into math to make sure that all of our students are successful. And you play a big role in that as a math coach.
Absolutely. As a math coach, our job is to work with teachers and making sure that we are teaching the Alabama state standard and not just, pulling things out of the hat. And at Fonde, we strive to make sure that our teachers are being coached, of course, by the math coach, and creating that fun atmosphere, because it's highly important that our students are being taught correctly, not only just teaching math, but the right way to do math.
And someone might ask, what is a math coach? So you work with students and the teachers, right?
Yes, the math coach facilitates the learning through teachers. We think about ways and apply ways to our teachers to make sure that we are having instruction that is delivered age appropriate as well as grade level appropriate to our students. So it's kind of a big thing when you get to work with adults versus working with children. However, we're still working with the kids. So it's good to kind of like co-teach with the teachers to make sure that we're giving our students the best knowledge that they need to be successful in math.
And one thing that I'm sure you do, because I've seen other math coaches do this, is you go in and kind of help the teachers create engaging lessons.
Absolutely, yes. We plan together, we co-teach together, we come up with ideas together. When you think of a coach, you're just thinking of a team teacher. That's how I like to think of it. It's nothing that you're doing on your own. I'm not taking over. You get an extra bonus teacher to teach math.
And the kids love it.
Absolutely.
Show me you brought some of their activities that they've been doing, because they do a lot of math projects.
Absolutely. So
it sounds intimidating as a communication person, but show us what a math project looks like.
So we had a school-wide initiative this quarter, and every student, K through 5, had to create a math project or a math game board. So students were given a grade level standard, and they went home and had some parent learning as well. And they created a math board game with manipulatives, of course, and game pieces as well as instructions. So the goal was for us to have this in class so they could review math standards, prepare for the ACAP, and get some hands-on learning. So we encourage the teachers to use these projects as their centers. So each student did one, and we had an overwhelming response.
So Mathanopoly, love it. We love Monopoly at our house.
Exactly.
And so what do they have to do? They have to solve the math problem to move to the next square?
And this is actually a 4th grade project, and he even have Mathnopoly money included with his pieces and his dice, or we like to say number generator.
Number generator. That's so funny. So you roll the dice, solve the problem, and then you try to make it all the way around the board.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. And so do they come up with their own math problems, or are they just using stuff from the classroom?
Yes, they come up with their own. So each student was given a standard, and parents and students together worked with the standard, and they came up with their own questions. And we also have a kindergarten project that was done as well, and this is my favorite because they were creative. Oh, thank you. And they actually created their own number generator.
They folded it. I remember this trick from elementary school. So they made their own dice, number generator.
Number generator.
And so same concept. They have to go around the board, solve the problems. Different problems though, because these are grade specific. So these are easier math problems for the kindergartner.
Yes, ma'am.
Do they play them in class?
Yes, they are. They're playing them, and we're preparing for our math fair. So March 8th, we're hosting a school-wide math fair, and the students and teachers voted on 2 projects that could enter the math fair.
So what are the projects?
They have to tell me whatever project they choose as a class.
Oh, that's fun. So math fair, that's another way to make it engaging and fun for the kids. So they get excited about math.
Yes, they have something to look forward to. And we're going to have trophies and medals and guest judges as well.
Everyone loves a trophy. I love it. Well, this looks like a very fun way to do math, and so we appreciate what you're doing because these are good skills that they're going to have throughout their entire life. So thank you for that, and congratulations to all the kids at Fonde for doing all the good math.
Yes, thank you so much.
All right, we have to break for commercial, and when we come back, we are going to hear from Chastang Fournier about the arts program that they have as one of the state's turnaround schools. So stay tuned for Homeroom.
When parents are involved in school, they get more of this and less of this.
As a student in the Mobile County Public Schools, there are a few things I've come to expect. One is a quality education, and the other is a quality lunch. Not only are our school meals well balanced, meeting all federal nutritional standards, but they also have less fat, fewer calories, and they taste really good. Oh, and I forgot to mention, our school lunches contain whole wheat, grains, fruits, and vegetables to give me the energy and brain power to get me through the day.
Hi, and welcome back to Homeroom. We've had some fun today learning about the robotics program at North Mobile, the dance program at Dunbar, and the math program at Fonde, and now we're going to hear about art at Chastang Fournier K-8 school. Joining me, I have Caitlin Braswell, the assistant principal. So you guys have been doing some really cool things at Chastang with art.
Yes, the Arts Council has partnered with us through our turnaround program at the school, and we have received 1 dance teacher and 2 art teachers for our 6th through 8th grade students. Mr. Delaney, Mr. DeAnthony, Ms. Demisha, and Mr. Zach, all local artists here, and they're having a tremendous impact on our students.
And I think that's cool because obviously kids love reading and math, right? But they like when you can add something to the mix like dancing or some type of extracurricular. So what's that been like for you guys to be able to add it?
Well, we've just been watching and observing. You know, academics are, if that's the only window you're looking through, we're missing the whole child.
Right.
So we are finding just some really strong gold nuggets in some of our students that maybe we're exercising a muscle in the classroom, but we're learning that art is more natural in the arts room and in the dance room. So just students are really being highlighted into these areas, and we're finding new ways to celebrate them and their strengths.
And it definitely has an impact on their classroom performance. I remember one of the recent times when we were at Chastang, Fournier, Governor Ivy was there to celebrate some of your successes. As a turnaround school, she's invested some money into these arts programs to help the overall academic achievement. You've been able to raise scores by almost 10 points. So how do you think that all works together?
You know, with the Arts Council and the impact that Governor Avik gave us, there has now been a mural built into our gym. It takes up the whole wall. And you know, when children see themselves in the building, they just want to be there.
Yeah.
So the culture, the morale of the students is increasing, giving them this outlet to express themselves through writing, through art, through dance, on campus, not just on TikTok at home, but like giving them the opportunity with their peers, is really just building a community. We are seeing relationships be formed, and just learning that their strengths aside, along with math and reading and science.
So tell us about the mural. That was fun.
It's beautiful faces of students, and it's all down the wall in the gym. They're huge. Takes up the whole wall, and it just shows the community representation of who they are while they're playing. They just see themselves on the wall. So we have a Black History program coming this week, and through the arts program, we're going to have a performance with our dance. We're going to have art displayed all through the building. So we're now just creating more community alongside academics.
And you talked about the importance for children, I think particularly middle school children, to be able to express themselves. So like with the mural, did they come up with the concept? Did they?
I think they did have a piece of info, like they had input to that, like what do we want to see? And then the artists came in behind that and just really put color to the idea.
And was it neat for them to get to work with professionals?
Oh yes, these artists have brought in their collection and brought in their works. And just getting to see that, you know, this can continue in your life. You don't have to stop, and that you can create this professionally or a career through art and through dance. It's just given the children a new route of thinking for their future. That they get to see, I'm strong here, and if I do continue to work this out, I could see it continue in my life forever.
And then how is that impacting their academics?
We are, with the release through art, they are more focused because now they've had this time to express themselves. They've had this moment where I can get out some creativity that I have bubbling in my mind. It creates just clarity while they're reading, while they're doing math and doing science. So it is helping in the classroom. They come back in and they have more room to think.
Okay, that is fantastic. Thank you for what you're doing at Chastang. It's always a fun place to visit, and I have seen the mural. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful. So we got a break for commercial, and when we come back, we're going to hear from a Davidson High School graduate who has written a book. So stay tuned for Homeroom.
Mobile County Public Schools, the place that has it all. We have 90 schools that include rural, urban, and suburban schools of various sizes. We are also home to Alabama's first public school. We welcome you to come join our winning team. Our district is led by the 2020 Superintendent of the Year, Mr. Kressel D. Threadgill. Our teachers are leaders in their profession who are afforded numerous professional development opportunities. Our principals are collaborators and encouragers. Our schools are leading in innovation and instruction. And most importantly, our students, who are learning today, leading tomorrow, are simply the best. If you want to live in a historically rich city near beautiful beaches with superb Southern hospitality, we invite you to come teach with the best, Team MCPSS.
Hi, and welcome back to Homeroom. Today we've been learning about some of our fabulous programs ranging from robotics to dance to the arts to math. And now we're going to hear from one of our graduates, Avik Banik, who graduated in 2022 from Davidson High School. So you're fresh out of high school, really, but you've already written a book.
Yes, ma'am.
So the book, Navigating High School, tell us about the book.
Yes, ma'am. So Ms. Phillips, since you've been working in the education world for many, many years, you can definitely agree with me when I say that there are definitely kids who struggle with high school. There are kids who struggle to maintain good grades. There are kids who are having a hard time making friends, and there are students who, you know, every time they try for their favorite sport, they don't make the team. So, but that really got me curious. Like, what were the successful kids doing that the unsuccessful kids were not? So during the ending of my sophomore year at Davidson, I basically reached out to as many successful students as I can find in almost all the high schools in Mobile County and in Baldwin County. And I've been basically researching them, like interviewing them to really understand what it takes, like what do they do to reach such great standpoints in school. And after I got all the information I needed, I put all the notes together in a book so it can help future high school students have a more successful path in high school.
So what do they do?
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, yeah. So when it comes to the academic section, I worked with many kids who, you know, who got straight A's, who made a perfect score in the ACT, and who got accepted into like Ivy League schools. They say it's really about like you have to know like what works for you. Some kids learn best by visualizing what's going on. Some kids learn best by just simply hearing it. Some kids learn best by writing it down. And I go over some like tactics and ideas you can use that can help you understand like what works best for you. And when it comes to social life, at first I thought it was really about like if you have a lot of friends, you have a good social life, but it's not that. It's one of the people I've worked with, they said it's not the quantity of friends, it's the quality.
The quality.
Yes, ma'am. It's best to have like 2 or 3 or 4 real friends than hundreds of fake friends, you know?
Yeah.
And when it comes to athletic section, coaches know that like, at first I thought that, you know, you have to be the best or you have to be really good at the sport, but you just simply need to have a desire to play the sport, and you need to have an urge to get better. That's really all it takes to make the team.
And I do like that. It's the academics, it's the social, because high school, it's a challenging time, right? You have all the different pressures in society, as well as the academic pressures and the pressures to fit in.
Yes,
so what is that like in these days?
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, that's the whole reason I wrote the book. Children are definitely like struggling in school. And when I thought about the chapters and the sections, I thought about, hey, what in my life defines high school? What are the factors that basically define school for an average student? And I figured academics, because obviously your grades need to be good. You need to have a good social life. You're surrounded by so many people. You need to know how to be friends with them, how to build connections. And obviously academics is not enough. You also need to have some sort of extracurricular activity to be a more well-rounded kid. So when you apply for the workforce or for college, they'll see you that you're not just strictly focused on academics.
The well-rounded, and also some community service and leadership, that sort of thing.
Absolutely.
And so what was high school like for you at Davidson?
Let's just say college for me has been a lot better. High school, just like everyone, I did struggle a lot. But after I've been working...
It's a tough age.
Yes, ma'am. And after I've worked with all these kids who were doing a lot better than me, I've started applying the ideas and lessons to my college life. And I can just tell you college is a lot better.
And you did the EPIC program, the engineering program at Davidson, and now tell us about your college career.
Yes, ma'am. So yeah, I did do the EPIC program, and right now I'm an electrical engineering major at the University of South Alabama, and afterwards I do plan on pursuing an MBA at Georgia Tech in Atlanta, Georgia.
Do you plan on writing any more books?
Based on how well this book has been going, I'm actually thinking about writing Navigating College. A bunch of my friends and a bunch of the parents of my friends have even told me to do that, because what I've learned is college is definitely a lot more stressful than high school, especially when you don't have the support of your parents and other family members when you're in that era.
Piece of the real world, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
You have to cook your meals, do your laundry. So tell us, where can we find this book?
Yes, ma'am. So it's on Amazon and it's on Barnes and Nobles. Just search up the title and it should be right there.
Navigating High School. So if you got a high schooler or even a middle schooler and you want to learn how to get in there and do everything well, read the book, right?
Absolutely, ma'am.
Well, thank you and congratulations on your success with the book.
Thank you, ma'am.
That's all the time that we have. I hope you've enjoyed learning about our schools and our graduates, and we'll catch you next time on Homeroom.